You clicked on this video because you want to know how to invest and where to start. Investing is often made into this ambiguous, difficult thing where you need a lot of money to start. But the thing is, you could start with as little as $10, and I'll show you how. So the first thing that you want to invest in is a 401k plan. This means that if you work for a company that has a 401k plan, you should sign up immediately. 401k plans are a benefit that are given to you to incentivize you to stay with the company. And in most cases, the company will match you dollar for dollar up to a certain point if you contribute. So if you're not participating in your 401k plan, you're leaving money on the table, and I'll tell you why. So first, a 401k plan has tax advantages in the sense that you contributed pre-tax. So that means instead of giving money to the government, you pay it back to yourself. And then once you make that contribution pre-tax, your company also matches you. So if you put in 1%, your company gives you 1%. If their match is up to 3%, if you contribute 3%, then they match you up to 3%. So here's an example. Say you make $1,000 every week and you select to contribute 3% of $1,000. That's $30. So every week you will put in $30 towards your 401k account. Your company will also match you $30. So now you have $60 in your account. This money sits in an account and grows tax-free up to when you retire. So this is why it's very important to start with a 401k plan. If you have one at your company, please take advantage of it. And remember, you have that double advantage where you're getting money from the company and it's also pre-tax. So please, 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 if you're not participating in your 401k plan, stop watching this video and go sign up. After you have your 401k set up, I think it's very important first, before you even start investing, you set up an emergency fund. Again, this is important because anything could happen, and if you have at least $1,000 set up somewhere, in the event that something happens, you're able to cover it. Whether your car breaks down or your pet gets sick, you have funds available to immediately take care of that need without having to borrow money or use a credit card. After you set up your 401k plan and now you have an emergency fund, it's very important that you have 3 to 6 months worth of expenses saved up. And the way to save this is to put them in a high yield savings account. So if you can open a high yield savings account with any of these companies here, you will be able to get a higher return on your savings, and it's always available to you when you need it. So 3 to 6 months worth of expenses is invested in a high yield savings account where you get a higher return than in a normal account. Next investing account you should open is a Roth IRA. So what is a Roth IRA? It is an investment retirement account that is post-tax deduction. So your 401k is pre-tax, but a Roth is post-tax. So this is money you invest after you get paid. So you have your paycheck. Remember, you already set up your savings. You have now this is money that's left over. So there is the maximum contribution for 2024 is $7,000. So you can put $7,000 into a Roth IRA and it grows tax-free. That is the benefit of a Roth IRA, of a pre-tax 401k plan. So once you have the 401k, please do open a Roth IRA. The next option is a certificate of deposit, or CDs. A lot of people sleep on CDs. However, CDs are also beneficial for people who are risk averse. This is because you can keep it in the same institution that you have all your money in. The tricky thing with CDs is that you have to keep them for a given period of time in that institution. If you take them out before that time is over, there are some penalties, but they're not very high. Sometimes it equals to what the interest you've made on the CD is. So for example, if it's a 6 month deposit and something happens and you need that money quickly, you can take it out, but there's a penalty and it's not a lot. Usually it's just the earnings you've made on the CD. Please check your banks, see if they have CDs you can invest in. A lot of credit unions have really good CDs, and these are good options for somebody who is just beginning to invest. Lastly, you should invest in a brokerage account. Remember, you have your 401k, you have your Roth IRA, you have your high yield savings account, you have your CDs. The last thing you want to do, set up a brokerage account. Now, within a brokerage account, you're able to choose your investment strategy. So if you're a higher risk taker versus a moderate risk taker, you're able to invest into funds. So I personally invest in index funds because it's just easier for me to do that. So you pick an index fund that works for you, where you've measured the risk and you put that money there. Remember, the strategy is always long term. You're not looking to get in and get out. You're looking to put this money away for retirement or for something you're planning in the future. So put that money in a brokerage account and just monitor it, but really forget about using that money. With most brokerage accounts, you require at least $3,000 to open one. However, the benefits are instrumental because of compounding interest. Now, I'll show you an example where I had a savings account versus a brokerage account, and you can clearly see the difference where the brokerage account made way more money than the money market account, which is savings account essentially. So I hope really that this gives you to start investing, and as you can see, it's really not that difficult. You just need to start. Okay, and if you like this, please subscribe and share.